You do look to be in great shape. How is the training camp going? Because we see the 30-second clips with Rafael Cordero and your whole team, but could you give us a little more insight into how things are going?
I'm doing great, but my body is shit right now. I'm sore, I'm really sore.
Sure, he's 100, but gee, he looks good.
Yeah, man, he's looking really, really good. I'm definitely a little bit crazy, and I'm definitely a little bit scared.
Mike Tyson seems to be in a complete meltdown just 2 months after his legendary showdown with Jake Paul. It's heartbreaking to see the once feared boxer struggling, now putting on weight that's far from muscle.
Just that head movement and inside is just wild.
Everything. And the power. It was just, that's what you wanted to see from a heavyweight. So that guy is still alive. And he still remembers all these moments.
Fans are now questioning Tyson's legacy as his fallout grows more disturbing. The once feared champion has swapped his belts for extra cash, facing regret while his career unravels faster than his stamina in the ring. His comeback is becoming a bloated joke.
Mike Tyson, people talk to. People are, there's certain people that are just crazy, man.
Well, these people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Paul, they're like, this shouldn't even, like, because he's too old. I was like, I think you're crazy.
The name Mike Tyson alone instilled fear. He wasn't just a fighter. He was an unstoppable force, overwhelming opponents in seconds.
Friend Mike Tyson tweeted that he almost died over the summer. He said, he had a bunch of blood transfusions, just had to fight to get healthy. And then his performance yesterday against Jake Paul, just your thoughts on what we saw.
Mike Tyson was right, and I was wrong.
Fast forward to November 15th, 2024, and Mike Tyson's name now symbolizes struggle. His much-hyped fight with Jake Paul wasn't just fists. It was a clash of eras, egos, and a reminder of inevitable downfall.
He was ready to kill everybody on the boat because he had to jump in with all these sharks again in the middle of Florida. And he's like, this fucking asshole says that, he cares about me and everything else. I've been fighting since I was 12. And he throws me in the fucking ocean with a bunch of sharks.
This wasn't the Tyson we remembered. At 58, after surviving a near-death experience, he faced a YouTuber-turned-boxer half his age. Tyson struggled to find his rhythm, while Jake Paul outpaced him, turning the fight into a sad spectacle. Once a fierce knockout artist, Tyson was now a broken, worn-out icon barely holding on.
But the day after the fight, I woke up and told my wife, why did I do that?
The fight left Iron Mike in a complete meltdown. Let's be real. Could a 58-year-old man step into the ring? The toll wasn't just physical. It affected his emotional well-being, too. Tyson later opened up, saying, "The fight was such a big ascent. We were so up and high.
It's nature, a horrible fight, right from the start. It was just awful."
In another interview, Tyson's words revealed the struggles of a man once chasing greatness, now left behind.
In a raw December 9th interview, Tyson admitted he's depressed a little bit after the fight. For a man who once ruled boxing, this wasn't just about losing.
Mike Tyson's comeback against Jake Paul wasn't just a fight. It's been filled with emotions and controversy. In a raw December 9th interview, Tyson admitted feeling depressed, questioning his place, purpose, and legacy after the fight.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson now have been suspended from boxing.
The fallout from Tyson's return hit harder than any punch. Meant to be a triumphant comeback, the reality was harsh. Jake Paul, the YouTuber-turned-boxer, emerged victorious, leaving Tyson's legacy at stake. At 58, Tyson faced the brutal truth that time spares no one. Despite the defeat, the fight drew a record-breaking 108 million viewers on Netflix, fueling massive hype.
And everybody was saying, oh, nice shot by Jake Paul.
Right hand by Paul, that is.
After the fourth round, it was clear Jake Paul remained in control. His speed and youth overwhelmed Tyson, whose punches lacked their former power. By round 4, the crowd wasn't witnessing a battle. It was a reminder that Father Time is undefeated. Judges scored the fight 80-72, 79-73, and 79-73, giving Paul a clean sweep with no controversy. Though rumors of a leaked script circulated, for Paul, it was a career highlight. But for Tyson, it was a bitter pill. At 58, he didn't prove anything to others, only to himself. The loss went beyond the scorecards.
Judge David Yacobucci sees the contest 80-72, while judges Lawrence Cole and Jesse Reyes see it 79-73, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Jake El Gallo!
Tyson later confessed to blanking out during parts of the fight, saying, "The last thing I remember is Jake bowing in the ring." Let that sink in. The man who once ruled boxing could barely recall the end of his own fight. Iron Mike isn't just a nickname, it's a legacy. With raw power and unmatched aggression, Tyson became an unstoppable force, setting records that still stand. At 20, he made history by becoming the youngest heavyweight champion, defeating Trevor Berbick in 1986. Just the beginning of his dominance.
58, a lot of people thought you shouldn't be here. A lot of people thought you'd be done and dusted in the first round. Do you feel like you proved the world wrong, that you could at least go 8 rounds with a younger man?
I didn't prove nothing to anybody.
Tyson's run was defined by his brutal, explosive knockouts, with 44 of his 50 career wins coming by knockout. His 24 first-round demolitions became a trademark, and his ability to end fights before the bell made him the nightmare of every heavyweight contender. When Tyson became the first to hold the WBC, WBA, and IBF titles, simultaneously, he didn't just win, he dominated. But after his fight with Jake Paul, the fallout split the boxing world, with diehard fans applauding Tyson simply for showing up.
To say to the critics that brought that up.
Oh, no, I don't remember the fight that much. I've kind of blanked out a little.
Sir, did you watch it back or anything or no?
I will watch the fight. No, I have not.
Okay.
Tyson later admitted to blanking out during parts of the fight. The last thing I remember is Jake bowing in the ring. Let that sink in. The man who once ruled boxing barely remembers the end of his own fight.
Then came the critics, sharpening their knives. To them, the fight wasn't a glorious comeback. It was a spectacle, a cash grab disguised as sport. They called it a stain on Tyson's legacy, contrasting his past with Jake Paul's viral fame.
I watched the guy's face, and I watched that confidence bleed from his face instantaneously.
Yeah. Jake Paul is a debate in himself. Is he the future of boxing, showing the sport can evolve, or the ultimate symbol of what's wrong, flashy, loud, and more about spectacle than skill? Love him or hate him, his victory over Tyson reignited questions about the sport's direction.
It wasn't about what he had left at 58. It was what maybe he might have, and the image, the scary guy, the guy that's going to eat your children, the guy who's the baddest man on the planet.
I've known Mike for a long time, and we can't ignore the ethics here. Should a 58-year-old, even a legendary figure like Tyson, be stepping into the ring for a professional bout? Critics argue it's dangerous, and after his performance, they may have a point. This wasn't just a loss. It's a reminder that even the fiercest warriors can't outrun time. Now Tyson's calling out Logan Paul for a future fight, trying to stay relevant after his disappointing performance against Jake Paul.
Your thoughts on what we saw?
Mike Tyson was right, and I was wrong.
Some say it's about the money. After all, who wouldn't want to cash in on celebrity boxing? But Tyson isn't starving. He's got millions. This isn't about finances. It's about clinging to his glory days and staying relevant, craving that spotlight. So he calls out Logan Paul, and the fight gains traction.
25 million and 40 million?
I think 20 and 40. Yeah,
20 and
I think that's
40.
what I'd heard. You know, which I'm happy Mike got the money, and I'm happy that he didn't get hurt. That was my fear, that it was going to be a real fight and he was going to get hurt.
You've known him for a long time. I've known him for a long time.
But there's a catch. How much of Tyson's legacy is he willing to risk? The man's been through hell, and now, instead of retiring gracefully, he's back at square one, trying to prove he still has it. The problem is, every time Tyson steps into the ring, he's adding another chapter to a story that's already legendary. Does he really need another hit to his record? Let's step back and look at Tyson's comeback in a broader context. It's not just about him. It's about the state of boxing. Celebrity boxing is taking over, and while the money's great, it's eroding the sport's spirit. We're watching Instagram stars battle it out, and Tyson's loss to Jake Paul highlights a flashing neon sign. Boxing is in trouble.